Talking about hurting, the U.S. government is right now hurting because a couple from Tarzana has stolen $22 million in PPE loans, and they were at one point caught by the federal authorities, put into house arrest. But guess what?
What?
They've cut off their ankle monitors. They're on the run.
Are you serious?
Yes, sir. They're on the run. They're on the run.
Oh my god.
So right now, this couple from Tarzana, I think the story goes back a few weeks now. It's kind of become a saga in the LA area. It's just about these two people who just put in a bunch of fraudulent paperwork to the government, pretty much pretending to be all kinds of businesses, all kinds of this and that, using all kinds of fake names, everything you could think of in the book. It's pretty much like the modern version of Catch Me If You Can. One day they're going to make a Catch Me If You Can about this couple, I believe.
I mean, it's an interesting story. I mean, how much did they steal? Like 20 million or 22 million?
Somewhere, yeah, in that ballpark, upwards of $20 million.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't know that they got away. I mean, that's...
Yeah, they got away. They're on the run right now, but this is the theory. It's like, are they going to be able to catch them? How did they get away in the first place, right? It's ridiculous. If you got these criminals in your hands, how are you going to just let them go like that?
It's really weird. It's like you stole $20 million of federal money. We're going to keep you at home and trust that you'll stay there.
Yeah. Let me pull up the article. I had it right here. Okay, so it's called, the title is Hunt Continues for Tarzana Couple. Convicted of $18 million of COVID fraud who allegedly cut ankle monitors. So they got caught instead of running away in the first place, they put money down on a mansion. I think they own three different homes in Tarzana. We're talking motorcycles.
Okay,
we're talking jewelry. We're talking everything you could think of. They were spending money on.
These are really dumb criminals who found a real easy key to a lot of money.
Yeah, it's so they were supposed to be facing years behind bars. His name is Richard Ivizan, and his wife, co-defendant Marietta Tarambelan. Removed their location monitoring devices, absconded from pre-trial supervision to whatever. Okay, yeah. The federal authorities, judge signed bench warrants for the couple's arrest. It's believed that both of them are traveling together. So they're known to abuse drugs. Okay.
If you couldn't tell by how much they stole.
For real.
I wonder how many loans you have to fill out to get that much money.
Whoa, the couple drives a white 2004 Toyota Camry. Damn, they must have took... Not gonna lie to you, they must have took everything from them, bro. If they're escaping in a 2004 Toyota Camry, they must have took the Range Rover, they must have took the Mercedes-Benz truck, bro. They must have took everything from them. They're like, the only thing you can legally own is your old 2004 Toyota Camry.
A reminder of where you come from and where you'll stay. Sincerely, sure. The United States government. Well, that's cool. I mean, I wonder if they plan to get away ahead of time. I mean, I certainly would. Would you?
Yeah, no. In theory, if this was me, there's what do they call it? It's like a paradox, right? Because someone who's ballsy enough to steal this much money also has the mentality that they're untouchable.
Yeah.
Because somebody who knows the consequences of their actions wouldn't steal the money in the first place.
Right.
Right? Because it's such a paradox of state of mind.
I know what you're talking about. I see this in customers sometimes. Something switches off in their brain and they just see an opportunity and they want to go for it. It's this instinct. They probably have it.
It's just a weird situation because, okay, let's say if I was in that position, which I don't know how I would get there, you steal $10 million. How does it not go through your head that you're going to get caught eventually?
Right, because it went to their bank account, which is very easily traceable.
Yeah, because you're still like, you steal all that money, and then you're like, oh well, I'm gonna start putting money down on luxury homes and apartments, blah blah blah. You're like, bro, you think the government's not gonna figure you out eventually? Like,
yeah, the IRS is gonna say, hey, or somebody's gonna notice that you spent millions of dollars and wonder where the income came from.
Yes.
And if you're gonna pay taxes.
Oh yeah, exactly. The tax man's gonna come. So what I would do is for sure flee the country right away.
You would, huh?
I would flee the country, but the thing is that the fact that they got up to 20 million, there is a paradox when it comes to like, when do you stop? Like, when do you decide this is enough money, I'm out of here? Because like in the show Breaking Bad, they show that like weird paradox that happens a lot with people, where like Walter White writes down a number, right? He writes like $700,000 is all I need for my family to be okay. That's all I'm gonna do until that's all the meth I'm gonna sell to provide for my family, and that's it. I'm out. All right. But obviously, if you watch Breaking Bad, it doesn't go that way. Like, he doesn't stop at 700,000. Like, he makes that in whatever amount of time, but next thing you know, he's making millions. Next thing you know, he's making tens of millions, and he can't stop.
Right.
Next thing you know.
Yeah, you see the opportunity, and you think to yourself, well, I can get away with it. I've gotten away with it already. If I can get away with more, I'll do it. Yeah, it's
a mind virus.
Yeah, it really is. That is a strange phenomenon. Yeah, I wonder how many people, how often people step away from that mindset. I wonder what percentage of people could actually remove themselves and just say, no, I've made enough.
Exactly, because I was talking to another friend of mine, and he said, well, I would have only taken 50K. And I'm like...
50K?
And I'm like, dude, do you risk, like... years and years of prison for 50K?
It's already a felony. You kind of have to go a little big. 50K it's like, what are you going to do 50K? Oh, that'll hold me over for a year.
That's like literally 1 year's salary.
It'll hold me over for a year, and like, yeah, and you're going to be in court, and they're going to be like, so why did you steal 50K? And you'll be like, oh, just needed a safety net.
Yeah, for real. So in theory, if like that's the bad part. If everything was perfect, like in a perfect world where I was so brilliant that I was like, I'm gonna be smart enough to steal the money and not steal too much where I get caught, I would steal 10 million, and then I would hide it. Like, I would find some way to like get it physically in my hands, so like it can't be like frozen by the government. Like in the snap of a finger, right? So I would be like either crypto wallets, a mix of crypto wallets and physical gold, and then I would buy tickets for me and my family to go to a country with no extradition laws. And we were talking about the...
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of in the same boat as you, except I wouldn't flee the country.
Michael has a much funnier way of dealing with this.
Yeah, so my plan was, if I'm going to steal millions of dollars from the federal government, I'm going to have an escape plan. Obviously, yeah, like you said, I want the money physically. I want it to be as untraceable as possible. Cryptocurrency is traceable to an extent. Obviously, there's some risk, but yeah, I'd have a bunch of ledger wallets, Bitcoin on all of them. We'll throw some Ethereum in there for good measure. And
we were even talking about if you're really playing 3D chess, you're gonna go to the store before all the shit goes down and fill up like 10 of those disposable debit cards that you could buy at the Walgreens.
Oh yeah, you brought that up. That's such a good idea. Yeah, get a bunch of disposable debit cards, lots of cash, coins.
Lots of cash.
Gold's a good one because it's really dense. 1 bar of gold is like $60,000. So I think we did the math. If you're going to steal $6 million, it's like 100 of these kilo bars. But yeah, what I would do is I would take the money and I'd try to get off. I'd try to be as off the radar as possible. I would probably go to the Northwest, probably get a tent. Go into the woods for a couple of months.
How are you going to get there?
Yeah.
Wait up. Question 1.
Yeah.
are you leaving before or after they're looking for you? Because what this couple's doing, they're on the run currently. And if the government doesn't catch them, then they got away with everything. But the other thing is that I'm pretty sure the government kept most of their money. Because the dumb part is that they spent their money on physical things, like a down payment on a house, versus like stuff that you could steal and take with you, like gold.
Right.
So we're already doing better than them technically. But once again, what would you do? Are you leaving before they're coming to get you, or are you leaving after?
I'd leave before. That's the ideal world.
Okay.
If I could somehow know that they're coming, or just be, smart enough to say, okay, now I'm going to take off.
Man, but the thing is that if you have one brain cell, you know that this is not okay and that they're going to come get you. But
right.
I don't know.
Right. So I would want to erase my contact from the world, basically. So I would leave, spend a few months in isolation, come back, well, I guess ideally when they're not looking for you, and then I get some plastic surgery, change my hair color. I do the small stuff first. I would change my hair color and like put fake contact lenses in. Beard? Absolutely. Okay. I change the small stuff before when I go up there, so that when you go up to a new place, they see you as basically someone else compared to who you were. And then after that, I get some plastic surgery. Nothing major, just like defining features like jawline, chin, nose, eyebrow ridge, just to tweak it a little bit so that I can't be noticed. My eye color, which is blue now, I'll have to change completely. So
you wear contacts.
Yeah, exactly. I can wear colored contacts, and what else?
What part of the country are you leaving to?
I want to do the Northwest.
Okay, so
I like it up there.
You're gonna go to the Northwest, which is what state?
Probably Washington.
Washington.
Yeah.
Presumably, you're driving there.
Yeah.
What about the plates on your car? It's registered to you.
Right. So the plates on my car, I'll tear them off, and
you're gonna get pulled over in 2 minutes.
Oh, well. Is this before they know that I stole the money, or after?
Oh, right. Okay, but still, even if it's before they know, you're gonna get pulled over.
If it's before they know,
it's not legal.
Well, if it's before they know, I'll just drive up there, and when I get there, I'll just ditch the car and remove the plates and get rid of the VIN number. Because we told this on the podcast. I got my car stolen. The officers basically told me, if there's no VIN number and no plates, they don't give a shit enough to check. I mean, they're not going to run a metallurgical analysis for anything.
That's true. Okay. So get rid of the VIN, get rid of the plates, abandon the car.
Abandon the car.
But if you abandon a car that looks similar to the car that you were driving before, like when they finally catch on, they start looking for you.
They're gonna look for
maybe
some sort of
not,
records,
because if there's like a big enough gap, they're not going to be like, oh, that random ass car.
I could spray paint my car before I leave.
Yeah.
I could just do like a matte black thing, and then go up there and just abandon it, and then.
So where are you gonna get a place? Are you gonna get a tent?
I'm gonna get a tent. Gonna stay in the woods for a little while, and.
What woods are you gonna stay in that like no officer or no ranger is gonna tell you anything?
Well, it's pretty heavily wooded up there.
Okay, I haven't been up there, so.
Me neither. I mean, I haven't been there a whole lot, but. I know that it's really thick forest. Yeah, I could.
What if a park ranger runs into you, bro?
He could, and I'll just be friendly with him. I mean, I've got nothing against him. I don't want to cause any trouble. What I would do is, if I got the gold and the cryptocurrencies, I'd make these stashes as I go on my way up. And so, like if the plan goes, if everything goes according to plan, I'll come back out, get one of the stashes, get the surgery, get a new ID. Do all that, and then just live a new life as somebody.
Okay, that first step, it sounds very plausible. Next step, your picture has officially gone out. The federal government is now looking for you.
Yep.
What's your plan there?
Oof.
So that means your phone is now being tracked or traced.
Mm-hmm.
Any credit card, anything that's a link to your real name is now being looked at and analyzed.
Right.
They're asking people, hey, that guy Michael, when was the last time you talked to him? What was he telling you last time you saw him? Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I mean, if at that point I just spend my credit card money on anything like I can take with me that I can maybe barter or sell or something, I would just try to definitely get out of LA.
But I'm saying, like, let's just say you're already in the woods. Like, your plan already worked.
Oh, okay.
You're already off the grid, quote unquote, off the grid. How long are you gonna stay off the grid for, bro? Like, you're a millionaire living in the woods.
Yeah, I know. This is
Is that good for you?
Oh, probably. I mean, yeah. I mean, the fresh air. I mean, physical fitness.
You could do that broke.
Yeah, you could. At that point, eventually, it's just like, okay, I guess I'll see if my plan worked. I'll go in and get the surgery and just live my life and just gamble and see if they'll recognize me or not. Ideally, if I could maybe like establish myself, I'd get a job where I can make enough money to eventually, like, if the government catches me, I'll be like, hey, I can pay it back. All
right.
Just
the audience can decide whose idea is better, okay? Because in my opinion, that sounds terrible.
Well, which country would you go to?
Okay. So I broke it down and I have it pulled up. On Wikipedia, we have a list of all the international countries without extradition treaties with the United States, and they all suck. For everybody to know, they're all terrible countries. Just to start off, Afghanistan, Algeria, Andorra, Angola. We're looking at places like East Timor, Ethiopia, Gabon. Like, what are these places? Libya. Like, dude, all these places fucking suck, right? But you read all of them,
yeah,
and you're breaking them down, and eventually, if you really start doing the thinking, you see a place called Hong Kong, which Hong Kong was here before. I don't know where it is now. But
they might have incorporated it into Greater China. Is China on the list?
Yeah. Extraditional agreement with Hong Kong was suspended from August 2020, so that's pretty recent. But let's say you committed this crime in some recent point, I would be leaving to Hong Kong. You know why? Because they actually speak English there, and that's one of the only countries on this list that speaks English. Okay. So I moved there with $10 to $15 million, whatever I pull out of the game with, before they're looking for me. Once I get there, I get myself established with my $10 to $15 million. Hopefully I don't get robbed or something along the way.
Hopefully the Chinese government doesn't come in and just take it.
Yes, because I have like fucking $5 million of gold on me.
If you have gold, they'll probably accept you, yeah.
Dude, imagine how fucking shady you are if authorities get you at any point.
Yeah, if you can get past airport security, can you imagine you're in SFO and some lady just opens up your bag and there's a shit ton of gold inside?
That is the shadiest fucking shit.
And you're just like, yeah, so we're good, right?
Honestly, though, I would have to refine my plan. I don't know how much gold I would take. I don't know.
I'm sure you could find somebody who could like illegally smuggle you into China. I'm sure it's not impossible.
There has to be a guy out there.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But like, I know it's super risky because it's like not diversified, but you could technically have $10 million in Bitcoin on a wallet, right? Mm-hmm. Like on a wallet literally this big.
Yeah, well, China is cracking down on it, but anywhere else, yeah, you could.
Well, in Hong Kong.
Hong Kong, yeah.
Yeah, it would. This whole thing is a nightmare scenario because it all sucks. But like, at any point, you could be fucked. But in theory, if you have that $10 million on a wallet, once you get to China, you could convert it into the like national currency, blah blah blah, and just be able to use it and live a normal life in China, because once the government starts looking for you, you're going to be all the way halfway around the world where they have no extradition treaties.
Yeah, I saw the list on there. I really do like Russia's on that list, and I think like Estonia or Latvia is also on the list for some reason.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind living there. It sounds actually kind of nice.
They don't speak English, bro.
I'd learn the language.
You start speaking Latvian?
Latvian. I think it's some Slavic dialect or something, I'll just... they speak English there, too.
No, they don't?
Yeah, they do. Well, it's Europe. Everyone in Europe knows a little bit.
Oh, right. They have to learn a little bit in like, English class, but they're still going to look at you like, you're in Latvia. Start learning...
Why ain't you speaking fucking Latvian? Bitch. Yeah, they act like a bunch of American gangsters.
But yeah, that'll be my plan. It's not foolproof. I actually recommend not stealing money in general, because then you don't have to like live your entire life looking over your shoulder.
Yeah, what you could also do instead is just invest all that money in the S&P 500.
Yeah, but what do you mean, legally or illegally?
Oh, legal. I mean, well,
if
yeah,
you had that
wanna,
money, then yeah, I agree. Like if you just got that money legally.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you're like running around with stolen cash, like I wouldn't recommend just investing it, because they'll freeze. Anything you do, they're gonna freeze your assets. I think the only thing the government doesn't have control over for now is like Bitcoin and the exchanges, right?
Oh, that'd be so much fun, taking $20 million and just pumping cryptocurrencies and just messing with their prices.
Because I think, like America, like the government can't, for now, they can't freeze your cryptocurrency transactions, right? Because they don't have any authority over like.
So I know the exchanges are regulated.
They are?
Yeah, they have to go through regulations in order to like Coinbase. You have to add your social security and everything in your ID.
Oh, true.
They are regulated by the it's either the SEC or the FDIC.
Oh.
No, SEC, I think. Yeah. But yeah, they are regulated, so they might. I don't know if they have direct control, but they could probably find a way.
Yeah. So, but my whole plan is contingent on me making it to Hong Kong before the federal authorities catch on to what I did.
Yeah, and the crux of my plan is really just to hope that they don't recognize me.
Yeah, and
hope I remain under the radar long enough that they don't give a shit.
Yeah, maybe, you know what? Maybe.
Because if you could convince them that they just made a big clerical error, it's possible. I mean, it was COVID. Everything was happening all at once. $20 million here, there. Honestly, that has happened where they just misplace a shit ton of money.
True.
It's the government. They do it all the time.
All right. So